Fantasy 13-2. The story so far. Is that you? I won't let you go! It's too late.
Ah. Okay.
Some of those seem a little old for last time.
Some of those seem a little utterly generic. I mean, that told us less about the plot of this game than, like, the trailers for Final Fantasy XII did about that game. It was an entire marketing campaign in which the only lines of dialogue you ever hear were like, "Let's go!" or "No!" without any context whatsoever.
Alright, so it's time to do something silly. Kaya says that we came here and learned the forbidden history. So, let's come here and learn the forbidden history.
Something predestination paradox. I don't know. I don't even want to start thinking about how predestination paradox would play out with Final Fantasy's stupid goddamn future past thing. I see we're rocking the assassin outfit.
We are.
Well, why not? Oh, hi, Caius.
Could this be the tower?
I like how they gave us the flashback to his voice, like, in line with the cutscene. I like how they did that then, instead of having it in the recap, although I guess it's not a given that we would have watched a recap just now, so okay, sure, whatever. I'll give them that.
So, we got locked in this room because there's a paradox effect happening.
Oh, a paradox is a computer virus now.
PARADOX.EXE detected. Emergency lockdown in progress.
But it's okay, we can solve this paradox effect by looking at all the computers.
Oh good, are we gonna code our way out of it? Are we gonna have a glorious new stupid minigame where Sarah writes code that resolves paradoxes?
That would have made our life significantly easier, so...
Oh well.
Nope, it'll just get solved for us.
Typical Final Fantasy 13-2. Why is this computer just suddenly telling us about this?
Well, because we solved the paradox effect. We talked to all the computers.
And its response to that is to just start expositing?
Do you realize what this means? The Academia Fal'Cie must have been built by Hope.
Oh, so Hope is the one at fault for the entirety of the last video. Okay, good to know.
Hope still being an irritating shit. Even 400 years after the end of Final Fantasy XIII. Really gotta hand it to him. So... But those guys here this whole time?
I'm not sure it's right to call them guys.
Well, alright then. But is no one gonna...
No?
Well, okay. There seems to be some radio static.
Is it just me, or can you see all these people around us as well?
Oh good. We are commenting on this.
It's just that they have no presence. Like they're not alive.
Well, this isn't unsettling at all.
I was thinking the same thing.
Really out of place with the music. Also, we seem to... In amongst the radio static, we seem to be tuned into a numbers station.
Indeed. Now, and I hope you were paying attention to those numbers.
I'm not sure how proud I should be about this, but when I was playing this game, I kind of immediately noticed the numbers and paid a lot of attention to them because I kind of immediately assumed that they'd be important.
Well, you chose correctly.
Now, they do this instead of, you know, give you a number pad or something to mess with.
And thank God for that, because there's another one later on that's like 8 numbers long.
Yeesh.
And they don't necessarily give you them in order, so...
Was that us? From before? This machine can show different eras.
So basically, they turned an Oracle drive into a computer.
He might have been watching us from here the whole time.
Do you mean
What have you done to Mog?
If that's who he really was,
Mog's a devil.
Caius we met in academia seemed different to me.
I
I
see.
don't think he was the real Caius.
How could you tell?
We used to
Well,
spend a lot
no,
of
that's a
time
lie. I can't see.
together. We were both guardians.
I don't see that.
Yeah, it's not a
One
very
was
good
charged with protecting
costume,
the
no.
Cirrus.
His wings are too similar to his original wings, and
Anyway, he took off.
Oh, anyway, by the way, here's some important plot. Noel actually personally knows Caius. Sure would have been, you know, nice to know that about 10 hours ago.
Then it was just me left.
yeah, that seems like an odd thing to not really bring up. Although I guess doesn't he also have JRPG amnesia? So maybe he just forgot.
You met them there, didn't you? My sister and Caius.
I don't know.
I don't know why I keep running into him wherever I go.
I know why.
I do know he wouldn't sacrifice the Cirrus.
Isn't it blindingly obvious? The whole thing where he's
No way he'd allow
trying to
everyone
erase
go.
everyone, well, you from existence.
You brought us here, and we have to help.
Gave a big, long, charming speech about it. No?
Not again.
I don't know what you're talking about, clearly.
What's wrong?
I'm missing
Well,
some of my
alright.
memories.
Oh, there's some of that amnesia again.
Caius left us, but I can't remember how Yule died.
Well,
I remember her face.
I'm sure this won't be a
I remember it like it was yesterday.
overly drawn-out plot revelation later on.
All areas now accessible.
So, this place... Why did we get a map for that? So yeah, this place is like... It's like the International House of Dissonance.
Yeah.
Everything about it is like... It's a... I get the feeling that they wanted it to be sort of creepy and unsettling, and other than the people, they kind of utterly failed at that.
That was Caius, right?
I mean, just contrast it with Orphan's Cradle from the last game. I mean, if I'm gonna grudgingly give them one thing, it's that that place actually was a little bit actually kind of unsettling. And the music didn't hurt that impression either.
Yeah, Orphan's Cradle, for...
Nice.
It wasn't great, but it was... It did get the point across.
For an assortment of floating cubes that you walk on and make platforms out of, it was actually remarkably well
This
done.
could be a trap.
Of course, that statement is illuminated by the context of every other area in Final Fantasy XIII, but you know, whatever.
Why don't we just try the switch?
Okay,
Circuits are tangled with another age, Koopa.
what?
It's being jammed by a paradox.
What?
Maybe we can fix it with a key from another time.
What?
What?
Oh,
So yeah. This is where the game officially makes you start hopping through time for bullshit. So we need a key. And the key to this area is in Augusta Tower 300 AF.
We need a key so that, and I can't stress this enough, you can make a bridge over an area that we can almost definitely just jump across using the pre-established jumping physics in the game.
Alright, now, the game doesn't tell you this, but this is the first point at which you actively have to make use of the blue gates. So, if we hop back here to the Yasha's Massif 1X, we will find this one is where we need to go.
Also, annoyingly, of the blue gates that you have access to, it's kind of it's possible to put yourself in a situation where you basically run out of wild artifacts until you get that one. But yeah, I'll complain more about the Blue Gate place later.